Are you ready for a wild ride into the unknown? Hold on tight as we embark on a journey that will push the boundaries of your spiritual understanding. Prepare to be astounded as we unveil a mind-blowing ancient story, a hidden treasure of wisdom that has the power to knock your socks off. Join us as we dive deep into the depths of knowledge, exploring one of the 12 most powerful spiritual teachings of Enoch, teachings that were excluded from the Bible. In this video, we will explore the untold wisdom that has been guarded for centuries, waiting to be uncovered and embraced by those who seek spiritual enlightenment. Enoch's teaching on free will. Have you ever heard of Enoch, the righteous and faithful man who walked with God and pleased him? Did you know that he was also a visionary and a prophet who received trippy and incredible secrets from God and his angels? But before we begin, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more mind-blowing videos like this one. And don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss an update. All right, let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome to Faith Fix, where we explore the most intriguing and perplexing topics in history, science, and religion. I'm your host, Orphelion, and today we're going to talk about free will. Free will is the ability to choose between different possible courses of action unimpeded. It is closely linked to the concepts of moral responsibility, praise, blame, sin, and other judgments that apply only to actions that are freely chosen. But do we really have free will? And if so, how does it work? And what does it mean for our relationship with God and His plan? These are some of the questions that have baffled philosophers, theologians, and scientists for centuries. And they are also some of the questions that Enoch tackled in his book. According to the Book of Enoch, an ancient text that contains amazing accounts of celestial beings, supernatural events, and hidden mysteries, Enoch was taken by God to heaven and shown the secrets of creation and the future. He was also taught by the archangels about various topics such as astronomy, cosmology, ethics, prophecy, and more. He wrote down everything he saw and heard in 366 books that he left for his descendants. One of the topics that Enoch learned about was free will. He learned that God created human beings with free will so that they could choose between good and evil. He also learned that free will is a gift from God, but also a test and a responsibility. He learned that free will has consequences for our destiny and our judgment. Some of the passages in the Book of Enoch that talk about free will are chapter 15. In this chapter, God rebukes the fallen angels who corrupted humanity by mating with human women and teaching them forbidden arts. He tells them that they were created as holy beings with free will, but they chose to rebel against him and defile themselves. He also tells them that they have no peace or forgiveness. Chapter 18. In this chapter, Enoch sees a vision of hell where he sees the souls of those who died in sin. He asks Uriel, one of the archangels who guides him, why these souls are tormented. Uriel tells him that these souls are awaiting their final judgment on the day of wrath. He also tells him that these souls were given free will by God, but they chose to disobey him and follow their own desires. Chapter 99. In this chapter, Enoch gives a warning to sinners who do not repent. He tells them that they have been given free will by God, but they have abused it by doing evil deeds. He tells them that they will face God's wrath and punishment unless they turn back to Him. These are some of the examples of how Enoch teaches about free will in his book. He teaches us that free will is a precious gift from God that allows us to choose our own path in life. But he also teaches us that free will is a serious responsibility that requires us to follow God's commands and avoid evil. He teaches us that free will has consequences for our happiness or misery in this life and in the next. Do you agree or disagree with Enoch's teachings on free will? Why or why not? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, we have come a long way in this video, but before we finish, let me summarize the 4 mind-blowing teachings from the Book of Enoch that can help us understand free will and its impact on our lives. Moral responsibility. The Book of Enoch shows us that we have the power to make choices, and we are accountable for our actions. It also shows us the consequences of our choices and how they affect us and the whole cosmic order. This means that free will gives us the opportunity to exercise moral agency and make choices that match God's moral order. But if we fail to do so, we may face negative consequences such as guilt, shame, regret, punishment, or even eternal damnation. We may also harm our relationships with others and with God, and disrupt the harmony of creation. Seeking divine guidance. Enoch's teachings remind us of the importance of seeking divine guidance and tuning into God's wisdom. While we have free will, the book tells us that seeking and following divine guidance can lead us to a deeper understanding of God's will and help us make choices that please God. But if we fail to do so, we may miss out on God's blessings, guidance, and protection. We may also make poor choices that lead us astray from God's plan and purpose for our lives. We may also lose our connection with God and His Spirit. Prophecy and divine plan. The book of Enoch contains amazing prophecies about future events and the unfolding of God's plan. While we have free will, these prophecies show us that there is a bigger divine plan that covers human history. This means that we have the freedom to make choices within the framework of God's bigger plan, and our actions can play a part in the fulfillment of that plan. But if we fail to do so, we may hinder or delay God's plan and miss out on His promises and rewards. We may also oppose or resist God's will and face His wrath and judgment. We may also lose our sense of direction and meaning in life. Prayer and submission. Enoch teaches us the importance of prayer and building a relationship with the divine. Through prayer, we can seek guidance, express our desires, and align our will with God's purposes. This implies that while we have free will, we are encouraged to submit ourselves to God's higher wisdom and align our intentions with God's desires through prayer and devotion. But if we fail to do so, we may become arrogant, selfish, or rebellious. We may also ignore or reject God's will and wisdom for our lives. We may also damage our relationship with God and lose His favor and grace. We have learned some mind-blowing teachings from Enoch on free will and how it impacts our lives and the world around us. They have shown us how we can use our power and responsibility to make choices that match God's moral order and please Him. They have also shown us how we can tune in to God's wisdom and guidance, how we can play a role in God's plan and prophecy, and how we can align our will with God's purposes. By doing so, we can enjoy the perks of free will, such as peace, joy, reward, and glory, and avoid the traps of free will, such as guilt, shame, regret, punishment, and damnation. I hope this video has made you think about your own choices and how they fit with God's will and wisdom. I also hope it has inspired you to seek God's guidance and grace in your daily living. Remember that you have the freedom to choose your own path in life, but also remember that God has a plan and a purpose for you that is awesome and amazing. Choose wisely and live well. This video is part of a series on the 12 most powerful Enoch spiritual teachings excluded from the Bible. Stay tuned for the next video where we will explore another fascinating topic, the law of obedience. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.